Greetings and welcome back to another episode of the Crime Family Chronicles. So yeah, I'm just putting out these videos today. I have a lot of time because I got like a lot of stuff done on Monday and Tuesday. As far as for when it comes to this circus code and, my own personal business and, everything I'm doing in my personal life, that's all been done and everything. So I have a lot of time actually today, and so that's why I'm just cranking out these videos. But let me just say this, and I'll go ahead and say this, that that circus code leader, like I said, I know how Nigga Bum One operates. He'll, like I said, try to get up there and twist, manipulate words. Oh yeah, they successful because they belong out there. I don't belong in here getting saved. Saved from what? Saved from what? I'm asking you, Circus Code leader. Saved from what? This so-called quote unquote burning hell that folks gonna go to, if they don't get the Holy Spirit or whatever you do. Well, I know what words you use. I remember the words that actually I remember it for that Scooby-Doo yabba dabba doo language that you use. Yeah, I remember it. But anyhow, that so-called you are just a dummy. I mean, you manipulate, and this is just a con game for you. You don't believe in anything. You up there even preaching, teaching that mess you doing and out of that Bible. I'm talking to you, shitty one. This is your way to get money. A con. That's what it is, a con. You are a con artist. You're a criminal. And you're a con artist, and see, you found a way to be the nigga bum lazy ass that you are and to get money. See, that's what went on with you. But I can tell you, I just actually seen something come across. I didn't look for it, and I sent it out to some of my brothers and sisters who gone away from out of there. Yeah. And talking about a spiritual warfare, yeah, that's above all. This is what this is. And I said that on like one of my first videos I did on this. One of the first couple of ones I done put out of videos. Just seen it. And I didn't go looking for it either. See, so I'm telling you something. Again, divine spirit, my ancestors. See, when I talk it's true. And I say I'm spiritual. I'm not religious, and I don't have anything against anybody who is in a religion or they say they're religious or whatever. That's your belief. That's your that's your business. But I'm saying for me, see, and the thing about it is, you scare them in there. You scare them in there, and then you'll get up there and say, because, I said about, us being successful, a lot of us who's gone, away from out of there, and you'll take and twist and use that or whatever, about worldly gain and all this stuff. What about you? What about you? Again, why in there is not everything for, you talking about material possessions, talking about money, talking about lifestyle. Why inside that circus code is it not evenly distributed? That's my question to you, circus code, shitty one, circus code leader, chief of the terrorists. Why is it not? And the silly members sitting there and they suffering, and that's them. Like I said, the only ones I'm concerned with now are those children. Before, I was concerned about the children and the sister who was disabled in the wheelchair with the abusive husband who's the chief, who's the financial officer in there. And another way that he was abusing his wife just come to mind. And this is a form of abuse. She was a vegetarian for over 20 years. When they got married, yeah, she had been a vegetarian for over 20 years. No meat, none at all. Not a pescatarian, because there's different types of vegetarians, but to the kind no meat. That means, no fish, no chicken, poultry, no beef, and of course no pork. No meat at all. After, of course, it was 1 week after they got married, she had that stroke, and she never after that stroke, she was not able to do anything for herself. She did not bounce back. But anyhow, and this was during we would see it when we would be in there for them funky feast days, and then also when that circus cult leader cut it off to where we could actually start going, be going out after service on Saturday, started having us in that raggedy ass dump of a building, staying in there after Saturday services so people would bring their food. We would bring our food in and sit there and eat, be in there all day, all night. The ones gone, they know what I'm talking about. We was in there like that and would see him feeding her meat, be feeding her chicken. Yeah, even in a medical facility, and let me break this on down, because like I said, I've been in medical profession 24 years. Even in a medical facility, if there's a patient who has a special diet, and I'm not just talking about diabetic patients or patients who have high blood pressure or, another medical condition, but I'm talking about their own belief. I don't eat meat at all. They would cater to that. They cater to that. They have to where, okay, this patient, no meat at all. Is a vegetarian, no meat. So just, vegetables and, nothing with meat in it. It's the same thing. Some people, there are some like the Baratans, and you don't know what that is, do you? I'll say Baratan. Sometimes it's you can pronounce it Baratan or Baratan. I've heard it pronounced both ways. But those who have the Hindu belief, they don't eat cow. They don't eat cattle. They don't eat beef. Yeah. And so, them, they wouldn't serve them any beef. So again, he's doing this, and that's a form of abuse, and he knew that. Those of you gone away from out of there knew that she was a vegetarian before she, got married to him over 20 years. Yeah, everything I'm saying in here on these videos can be verified, because I'm not lying. And then those gone, and a lot of them still sitting in there, and them silly members. No, I'm not lying. But of course, they got to go along with what that circus cult leader shitty one get up there and say or whatever. But like I said, because it's his corrupt crew. That's exactly what it is in their cesspool. But y'all going down. Those of you who've been in there fumbling around on those on those documents and stuff, and involved with them businesses, talking about you was officer and all this, and your name's on there and stuff, y'all going down just like him, service code leader. Y'all not getting away from that. Tiny Tim, keyboard man, the one who got to sit there and use a stepladder to get up on that stool to play the keyboard, he won. Yeah, the female who faked, act like she was the woman down there in Texas. Yeah. And she wasn't, and fake hurt real bad to get the money and insurance scam fraud going down. The flying monkey officers in there going down. Got that real estate agent in there, and the one I'm talking about is the one who's an officer, who funky nasty don't want to wash her ass per her husband. Yeah, she represented that Shitty 2, the whore, circus cult leader's whore, Shitty 2, owned that sale of that farmland. And see, that farm wasn't in that, again, was not in that 501c3 tax exempt organization's name, but he had a fundraiser for it. That's where those funds, that money was supposed to go towards, was for that, in that circus cult's name. It wasn't supposed to be in her name. Yes, tax exempt organizations, they can have property, they can have that, but there's certain limits on their income. But they can have property and things like that. A lot of them do. But it's to be in the name of that tax exempt organization if they use fundraising practices to get the funds, the money for it. And they didn't. They put, it was in her name. Circus cult leader's whore's name. Shitty too. And like I said, that real estate agent, that officer in there, she represented her for the sale of it. Back in October 30th of 2020, $289,999. That wasn't supposed to happen. That wasn't supposed to happen. And the IRS got all that, like I said, a detailed information. That's why I'm going to come back on here. I want to get it in everybody's mind that I'm not just sitting here to put down 1-2 sentences. No, I had numbers. I had Georgia registration numbers. I had tax ID. I had Social Security numbers. Now, I haven't shared any of this with anybody outside of those federal agencies because I'm not a criminal. See, you can't get me caught up. The only thing I used that for was to actually put it on those report forms. See, you can't get me caught up and say, bro, oh, she's been using this. But no, not for any type of criminal activity, personal gain of mine. No, I had all that on my flash drive and in those emails. See, and I gave a detailed account. Let me tell y'all, it went on and on and on, that report. I don't know how many pages that thing. Some of them were, some of them were shorter. Like for the PPP loan fraud, because it was just for one, I had to put that in there for each business, that they got PPP loan for with these mysterious employees. Yeah, it's very serious, you all. These are federal offenses. That's when the FBI gets involved in it. And I'm going to tell you, when the FBI gets involved, even with on state level, but when FBI, because that's federal, get involved in it, and that's IRS, that's with that, if you think you're going to get Election Assistance Commission, that's federal agency. IRS, federal agency. That SBA, the PPP loan, that's federal funds. That's federal agency right there, federal. Okay? Yeah. DFACS, because that's a part of the Department of Health and Human Services. And when I'm talking about that for federal, yeah, they have the state departments that actually are subsidiary, to break down for them to govern, each state. But the Department of Health and Human Services, that's what DFACS, CPS falls on, Adult Protective Services, that falls under that. Department of Health and Human Services. And that's why I said, if they don't do something for DFACS with this little boy who been sexually violated, and it's not, up to where it needs to be, the punitive damage, I'm going on to the Department of Health and Human Services, the federal agency. I'm going to submit it. I'm going to submit a report to them. I'm just sitting back waiting. This is serious, you all. This is serious. These are federal offenses. Well, like I said, with that insurance, that is when there's a cross on, you talking about bank accounts, especially if it's out of state or even if it's in the same state, that's wire. That's wire fraud. That's FBI. Yeah, that's FBI takes care of that. And you think that some of y'all not going to sit here and be in those silver bracelets that connect? And you going and I'm talking to you specifically with this service code leader, because like I said, you think you above everybody. You not above those agencies, those federal agencies, and even state agencies. Even the state agencies, federal agencies. You're not above them. You're not getting, like I said, you're not gonna tell you won't. If you try, it come out your mouth talking about they don't rule over you, and you're not talking to them, and see if they gonna just go ahead and put you in them silver bracelets at Connect. See where you be sitting. And this is not gonna be, oh, I can go ahead and get bailed out. No, it's not. No, because you have penalties on that money, interest on that money, and they want their money. These federal agencies, that you've defrauded, they want their money back. It's the United States Corporation. What's a corporation? What's a corporation? A business. Even though it say, government, they want their money back. Like I said, this is very serious. Very serious. Individual tax fraud, business tax fraud. And like I said, y'all, you in there scrambling. And some of your corrupt crew, let me say that, your corrupt crew, whoever's part of it in there. And like I said, I know a couple of them just specifically that and got the information for that keyboard man, one of them, and also them flying monkey officers and that crime family corrupt crew. And there's be some more up in there that I don't yet specifically know about. But they going down too. Yeah, it is serious. So like I said, you can get up there tonight and talk about this. Talk about this, and I'm not playing. I am not playing. Them reports already been put in. Can't retract that. And not going to. It's already in the system, online. Y'all know, when I put in the Adult Protective Services report back for that sister who was in there disabled in a wheelchair and she didn't transition. Because her husband, the officers, was abusing her. See, I had to call them on a hotline. That was back in 2017. Think about how things operated pre-pandemic. And I did say pandemic. And I just go ahead, I ain't gonna get into all that. Just keep it simple. Pre-COVID-19. Before COVID-19 happened. Think about how it was, you could just go into these offices, make a report, or call them, make a report. A lot of times they didn't have online submissions. They didn't have one for that. So I had to actually call on the phone, and was on the phone with an intake specialist. And after that report gave me, and it was a woman. She was a woman, intake specialist I spoke with, I remember, and gave me the confirmation number. Did confirmation case number, of reporting that back in 2017 for that sister, the disabled sister. See, and now though they have all these online submissions, the forms that you can do. You don't even have to go in. They don't even really want you coming in or whatever, because some of them are even still closed down. A lot of them still working from home in these agencies and stuff. So they are still operating on that. As far as for, having limited hours of when they're open and everything. And so all this being put online. Sure enough. And like I said, for that little boy who got sexually violated, anybody in there could have did it anonymously. You don't have to give your name. You don't have to give your name at all. None of your contact information, your name, your phone number, email address, none of that. You don't have to give any of that. No, you don't. You can say, I want to report this anonymously. And they will go ahead and they will honor that. Yes, as long as it's being reported, and they will take your report, and they do investigations on each and every one. Because like I said, each and every one of those reports are given, they have to do an investigation, and they do. And like I said, that's why that sister who was disabled in there, she went and she lived with her parents who lived in Alabama for a short while back in 2017. That was the reason. Yeah. And those are facts. And like I said, you can get in there and scramble all you want to, and I'm talking to you, circus cult leader, and have them up in there, but y'all gonna perjure yourselves for him, and then they find out that you done lied and you done set up here and signed off, you done signed your name. For on statements. Yeah, I certify that this is the truth, the best to my knowledge. On these lawful documents, talking about with state agencies and maybe even federal agencies, for him, and you be sitting there in a state prison or a federal prison, y'all better sit up here and think about it. I'm just putting it out there because it is serious. He can be up there joking, trying to make a little light of it all he wants to, and the ball's already rolling. Like I said, he did it to himself and that corrupt crew he got in there. Didn't nobody make him do this. Didn't nobody make them do that. Not even him. Because like I said, it was brothers and sisters. He was trying to corrupt me. That's why he set me down. But it was divine spirit. Like I said, and for other ones who he sat down, kicked out, and all of that. Because we would not adhere to his corrupt practices. Because again, we are the chosen ones, with divine spirit having a soul. We're not doing that. No. What? That's why he wouldn't dare come and ask me to do any type of criminal. I never did. Like I said, when I was assistant secretary, never did. That main secretary, who's an officer, my name was never on any of that paperwork. She is the officer. Secretary, main secretary, number one, however you want to sit here and put it. I was just assistant secretary, but like I said, majority of that work was on me. And with those members come to me and I, and ask me to do things, and I didn't have a problem with that because she's got a nasty attitude. Go right along with a funky, nasty ass, her attitude, very nasty disposition about herself. And a lot of those members did not want to deal with her. And then also she'd be slow with getting back with work. With when I say, things that, the members would be asking about. Like letters, we would have the letters typed up, we'd type up the letters like for when children have to, be out of school for them funky feasts and everything, or either like if, a member had to have like a verification of being a member, a letter typed up, so I'd be on it. Y'all gone who would sit here and contact me, y'all know I'm telling the truth. I'd be on it. If y'all contacted me personally, when I was assistant secretary, I've been doing that work, I would be on it. I get your stuff back, like usually within 24-hour period. 24 to 48 hours, I didn't play around. Because, again, I conduct myself in a professional way. When I take on something, I'm serious about it. I'm serious about it. I don't just jump into stuff. That's what that circus code leader does. He just go out there and jump into stuff. And then that's why the stuff be all messed up. Even that whore he got shitty too would be to him. He'd stand up there and say, yeah, sometimes my wife, she be, telling me not to do that. It's not a good idea. And I go ahead and do it anyway. And then, it just turned out all messed up. Yeah, because can't tell him nothing. Can't give him advice on anything. He think he knows everything. And standing up there, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna say it again. He the one who's standing up there, who is stupid, dumb, retarded, an idiot, an imbecile, incompetent, ineffective, and incorrigible. Yeah, he all that. He's the one. And project that off on everybody else. No, that's him. Like I say, he everything negative, nothing positive. But this is serious, you all. This is real serious. So serious. It is. I'm telling you, it is serious. And I do mean that. And I'm not letting up off of it because it's a mission that's been given to me by divine spirit and my ancestors. And shitty one, you stand up there and you say something. You say something cross. about me and what I'm sitting here saying, because what I'm saying is right and it's true. And some of them brothers and sisters going up out of there, they know what I'm talking about me. It's a mission that has been given to me. Divine. From divine spirit, my ancestors. And like I said, it's not me exposing you as a criminal. It's me reporting you as a criminal along with your corrupt crew in there who's doing criminal activity. You did it to yourself. It's not me sitting up here. I didn't do anything wrong. What did I do wrong? What have I done wrong? And like I said, if you don't have any criminal activity going on, then you don't have anything to worry about. And nobody else in there. Y'all don't have anything to worry about. Y'all just, because you're not going to be able just to run your mouth. You're going to have to show documentation to these agencies, federal and state. But one thing I know you was criminal on is not reporting that little boy being sexually violated by that teenage boy in there. When you found out about that, and you found out about that last year in 2022, like right after it happened, and we here in 2023, and you didn't report that, and you're supposed to report that within a 24-hour period, because you are a state of Georgia mandated reporter of abuse. Yes, religious leader, that title is on that list of all those titles. And like I said, I linked it. And on my last video, episode 19, please go to that description box, because I linked everyone that I have put reports into and everything. Look at that list. Look at that list. And you tell me that this is not serious. Like I said, I have details. Not 2-3 sentences. No, details of the corruption going on in there. Well, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to end this video, but I'll be back with another video. And until that time, I'm signing out.